This is a picture of me in my younger days, and this is my darling mother. And I'll just read you a little bit about my mother. Is that all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Mother Annie Mae Slaughter will always be remembered and honored as one of the pioneer mothers of the Church of God in Christ. All of her life, she believed in high principles of life, and her standards were supreme. Mother Slaughter was born March 29, 1887. To Reuben and Elizabeth Caldwell in Arkansas City, Kansas. And June the 14th, 1914, she married Mr. Walter A. Slaughter. And to this union, 5 children were born. 4 daughters, Catherine, Millicent, Louetta, Bobby, and 1 son, Walter Jr. In the early 19th century, she heard the gospel of holiness preached, and she and her husband were saved under the pastorage of Elder and Mother L.R. McNeil, and they became members of the West Side Church of God in Christ in Muskogee, Oklahoma. She died at the age of 64. She was a church mother. Mother Slaughter was a very talented lady. She was an excellent cook, a seamstress, orator, poet, and writer. She was full of hospitality, and her home was a living cafe and hotel, night and day, for the saints of God. Through her teaching and the life that she lived, all of her children were saved and members of the West Side Church of God in Christ. She died May the 21st, 1953, and buried in Booker T. Washington Cemetery.
Very nice. Would you like to talk about your father or your sisters and brother? Would you like to talk about your father, your sister, or brothers?
My father was my hero. And since he didn't have one little boy, and that was the last one, I was with him, seemed like just about everywhere he went.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like that whatever my father said and told me, it was just gospel. And I just always wished that every little girl would have a father like mine. He was such a jewel, because it seemed like that he was given the teaching that the Lord taught, to be the head of the home, and he was really a family man. His wife did not work, and he didn't believe in us working too much, because he told us that that work out there was hard, and hard work was for him. So therefore, I have never, at 96 years old, I've never had to pick cotton.
Mm.
Like most of the ladies in the 90s, they had to pick cotton, chop cotton. But I was blessed with a daddy who said that was his work.
Mm-hmm.
And I had 2 lovely sisters who were brought up in the Church of God in Christ, and 1 little brother. And he and I were very close. We traveled together, went to all the national YPWW congresses with Bishop W.E. Jeffries. And that was our life. And when he went to the service He told me not to worry about whether I could travel or not. Just let him know, and he would get a AWOL from the Army. And every time we had a Congress, he was there to help me with financing whatever I wanted. And he lived to be 72 years old. And I have really missed him because of all of my family. I'm the only one left.